What is going on, guys? It's Zach here from Hage's Hobbies, and we still got this white crap on the ground, and it's the 10th of February. But it is slowly starting to melt. I mean, that was ice, but now it's slowly starting to come off the driveway, luckily. But today's not about the snow, even though I'm so ready for this to be gone. It's been here way too long. But anyway, today is about what's underneath this tarp and getting it down to there. So one, I can put it in their coops and where the goats hide, so they have fresh warmth bedding, and getting it down to where they are walking constantly and feeding, because that's where it is dry. And I'll go show that here in a little bit. I'm going to grab a bale and then I'm going to walk down, but I want to get straw down there just to pack that bottom so they're not just walking on their own droppings and just more. It's crappy. And Aaliyah's out there with them, and you can hear her barking because that's what she does best. She barks at everything. That's what a Great Pyrenees does, which I had on my TikTok about, or no, not on TikTok. I put it on here on a short and pretty much in a day of life of a Great Pyrenees. Barks at the littlest and no noise at all. But anyways, guys, let's go and get the straw and let's get to it. You hush. Hush. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to fix this. I have to re-drill holes and put the bracket on differently. I mean, it's still working, but it's barely holding on by a thread. But this one was just chasing around all the chickens. But anyways, so this straw, I graciously, let me back up a little bit. This straw right here, I graciously got donated by a guy that lives right up a road, apparently, from me. He stopped one day, he seen me outside, and he was saying, I guess he had this for something like a wedding or something, and he was just wanting rid of it. And I asked if I wanted it, and I asked if he wanted anything for it, and he said no. He's like, I want to donate it. He's like, I see what you do, and he sees the growth. He's like, I want to donate it to you to help you out. So I thanked that guy many times, actually, and I told him I'd use it for bedding and this whatnot. So, and this is what I'm telling you about. There's the pathways that I cleared, and you can see where there's a wet spot. Just wet areas that it's where snow's starting to melt, and where they walk constantly in here. It's just there's pretty much droppings and just everything. I just want to get this covered. I'm going to just cover pretty much anywhere they will pretty much walk. So I'm going to cover, get inside the coop, cover down in here, cover this area, and all up in here. I'm going to cover down the row and from this coop all the way up, and put it in that coop and this coop until all this stuff melts, which luckily right now it is actually pretty decent for once. It is not cold as all get out like it's been. I don't know what the weather it is like now. Slight breeze, but it's actually not hateful, and with the sun beating down, it's pretty nice and slowly melting. But anyways, so I want to get this down and go from there. So I'm going to try to get you set up enough at a good angle and whatnot, hopefully, and get the stuff put down so they have something nice to walk on and out of the droppings, because them walking on these droppings and just on all this is not good for them. It can get them disease, cause diseases, and it's just not good. So with just putting this layer down, it'll help the run just dramatically. The erosion won't be as bad, but it will just help the animals and without getting sick as easy. So let's get to getting this in there and go from there. You guys can come out, but there's nothing really to eat out here. I'll have to get Aaliyah out to run so I can keep the gate open. Hold on, let me go get the leash for Aaliyah. So I just forgot my phone, but I just walked this bale inside here. Now I'm going to, once these goats and chickens get on the way, I am going to tear this all, or get this bale started and tore off. I gotta set that back up, it keeps falling. But no eggs. We have not got, any eggs, and probably coming up to close to 2 weeks now. I know it's been over a week. We haven't got one single egg. This cold has really got them locked up. We were going pretty good with 5, which is really bad, but we had 5 a day. But now we haven't got one. I have yet to check the bottom coops, but this is one of the coops that was giving us eggs, but now we just haven't got any. Hopefully here soon we'll start getting eggs again and getting them out to customers, but right now we just haven't got any. But anyways, I don't know where I'm going to set you up, but we're going to get this straw bale and put some in there, and then we're going to start just putting it different places. And there is I'll use this to come in here to cut this twine, which I'll show you how to do that here in a second. But so let me find a place to put you up and we'll get to it. All right, so if you don't have a knife on you and you do have some extra baling twine, you can easily just take your baling twine, put it right underneath just the strand, and in typical Zach fashion, my phone's dying, so I gotta do this quick. But anyways, you just go and just go back and forth. First, you won't take care of it, or it won't. Just keep going back and forth, and eventually it will break. But it seems like it, I don't know why. There we go. So there's one side. I don't want this to fall off. Usually I can get it quicker than that, but then go and do the other side. Smells like cat, straight cat, because I had it on that tarp, and there's wild cats that roam here, and I bet you they were laying upon this. I don't like cats. I've said this before, and I'm sorry if you don't like it and you unfollow me because of it, but I'm not a cat fan. I'm a dog guy. I've always been. But just to the fact of this, it stinks, and I just don't like it. Come on. There we go. But now I'll take some of this and I'll put it right inside their coop. So they have now fresh bedding and will be a lot warmer because it's still getting really cold at night. So that little bit of straw will help a lot. Now I'm going to throw some on the bottom here just to have a good base, and they will help spread that out too. I also want to talk about feeders, waters, feeders, whatever. So you can go and buy these waters and feeders and stuff, and they might last you a little bit of time. Honestly, the plastic feeders and waters that you can get that might cost you $10, might cost you $100. Sorry guys, I got a cough. But they, depending on how they're built, I've had the feeders they crack. I mean, whatnot. What I would do if I had to tell a new homesteader that wants to get into chickens, goats, whatever, go buy tubs like these. You can go smaller ones, whatever, for your feed, for your water. Use tubs like these. They will not, they're thick. Yeah, they're plastic, but they're thick, and they're so much easier to take care of. They're open containers. These actually have minerals in them that I got for the goats. But you can buy buckets or whatever, tins, whatever you want to call them, for about the same price that you'll get. I'll show some here possibly later if my phone doesn't die, of waters and feeders that I don't even use anymore because it's not useful for me anymore. I can get, say, 2 of these and go, I haven't put it up yet, but I have a box that's right behind me on my shed, or leaning up against the trailer here, that I'm going to put up for an outside run for new chickens, or just chickens that especially fly out. And I'm going to put them in there, and I'm just going to go put one for feed and one for water in there. And that's going to be my resources, and I can easily grab them, dump them out, clean them, and put them right back in, and it will take me less time, less hassle. I know these won't break. So if, as I said, if you are trying to get into it, just go and get tubs like this. It will last you longer, it will last you it's cost you less heartache, and it's just so much simpler. All right, now onto the ground, which I'm just going to end up just grabbing and tossing, and the chickens will do the rest. But I'll just grab here and just What are you guys doing? You just spread it out like this. I can even just throw it down because I know the chickens, they'll just disperse it. And I'm not going to do the thickest layer right now because I do have a bunch of bales, but I'm going to try to get a decent layer down and just go from there and see how things go. And my bale just fell. I don't know if you guys seen that, but the baby was on top of Cookie. It's kind of cute. Like piggybacking her. All right, last little bit, and then I'll have to get a new one. All right. So it's the next day. My phone died as I was talking about them actually spreading the straw around, which now it's starting to blow because the wind just picked up randomly. But I came out here, brought like 6+ bales of straw, which I'll show here in a minute, out in the run, and I'm probably going to have to add some more, especially down here on the hill where I'm standing now, down to where the small coops are. Well, the bigger coops, because the one behind me is a small coop. But I just came out, gave some water and some feed for the animals, which they are all. I threw some down there because they'll pick at that and they'll get with the snow and it'll help get it away. And that's the biggest thing. It's slowly starting to melt. I have noticed that, which is awesome. Watch it goes here. I put the feed on these stumps, But so it's awesome that the snow is starting to melt. But I just wanted to show a little bit of where I spread the straw around and go from there. But I still gotta wait till a lot of the snow melts so I can start doing stuff again, especially out here where I want to put that up, and so I can start building the outside enclosure for the goats. We still got that. The inside one is doing great. I threw some more straw in there yesterday to give them more bedding and stuff. So it went blurry on me. But anyways, so let me turn around and I'll show you what I spread with the bales I put out. So starting up here, I went around all around where they're used to walking, and I put it's not a thick layer, but it's a good layer down. Put it all the way in here, good layer down into the coops, as you've seen. I brought it around here, and this plywood fell again, which is what it is. I put a bale in here, and of course they're gonna push it out, and I'm sure the chickens did too. But I put some in around here. What are you doing, Daisy? What you doing, Daisy? What you doing, girly? My good Nigerian, well, best Nigerian I had. The other two were rascals, but we ended up selling them earlier last month. But so I put some over here into the run, going down. I put some right there because there was a hole there. I wanted to get that covered, and so just to help. But I put all the way down over to the run, and there's some on the bottom of each of the runs, so when they fly up they can go from there. But just a nice, I did a little better or thicker areas down here because of the water and everything. It's just, I'd rather have had it a little bit thicker down here, so that's what I did. And it'll be a lot better for the chickens when they come down to roost at night. And this always comes open. I know it's packed with droppings and stuff, but hopefully soon I can figure this out, get this fixed up, and maybe use this one in a different area. But and did the same up in this with this one. It looks like this fell again because this, I can't get this off, so it keeps falling, unfortunately. But I brought it here, put some bedding in there so like ducks can lay down in it. And yeah, it just straw bedding everywhere. But morning feed time with the animals. Now they'll peck around and do what they do and enjoy the sun that is here today. Hopefully I don't know what the weather is going to be like today, but I'm hoping it warms up with the sun and a little bit of the wind. Hopefully it starts melting this more, especially on my driveway, because I'm tired of it being on my driveway. We didn't really, sorry about the wind, we really didn't shove what we were hoping with just everything. it would just go away, and it honestly just made an ice mess. So we've been dealing with that on the driveway. One time we'll shovel it down, and what's left of the water and whatnot will just turn straight in ice. Next time we leave it go, and we're like, all right, it should be fine. It's not. So like the places that we shoveled are completely clear, and where we didn't, it's still covered in pretty much ice. So, but it's slowly starting to melt. So hopefully today and within the next little bit of time, this stuff will be gone, and I won't have to use four-wheel drive to get out of my driveway, because, well, the tires ain't the greatest on the truck either. So anyways, guys, I know it's a different video. I might video a little bit more, but we're gonna try to get this video out so we can keep on going. And yeah, so we'll see what comes on later today. So now it is all but 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was a beautiful actually day. It was in the low 40s. I know it felt a little bit colder than that because of the wind, but it was actually a nice day, and a lot of the snow has melted. But right now I got some stuff that was in the fridge for leftovers, and we don't need it. So these little hungry hippos are going to get a good snack. And yes, there is a chicken in there from the store, and we didn't even buy it. Her mother brought it, and I don't even know why it was even in there. So I'm going to feed them. And also, but right now, talking about the weather, it is now in the mid 30s, feels like mid 20s because of the wind, and it is now snow flurrying. How can you go from the sun and being nice out, little breezy, to cold and snow flurrying? I don't like this weather. I'm ready for the warmth. But anyways, let's go feed these animals, give them a snack, go see if they left any eggs for me. Hopefully they have, and go from there. I'm sorry that I have you resting up and you can't see, but here goes the first thing. All right, that was soup. Oh no. I'll get that. I accidentally threw that into the run by accident. But the animals will eat that. And there's one of my forks. And here's partially chicken. Yes, chickens eat chicken. They're cannibals. But now that is done, I gotta make sure I put my fork back in because I didn't know that fork was in there. Hopefully this doesn't blow away. Let's go see if we got any eggs. Let me go get... Watch out. Alright. That's enough. Got that. They looked that clean. The goats did. There's the baby. I'll just give that a yeet. Hopefully remember that. This stuff is slowly starting to melt, which is awesome. We're going to go down here and check these first. And none in there. On to the next one. I highly doubt there's any in there. Doesn't look like it. And I'm just going to sneak a peek in here because it's open already and I am not seeing any. I need to figure out a way to either get this unstuck or latch it up so it doesn't fall. But I'll double check because they used to really lay right here. I ain't seeing any. Kick. If you don't have snow right now and it's starting to become warm, I really wish I was you, because I am tired of the cold, the snow, and I'm just ready for the warmth again. Chicken eating a piece of chicken, and I ain't seen any in there either. I had a thought, I doubt they did, but I had a thought maybe they might have laid in here, but I ain't seeing any, which kind of sucks. I was hoping to find some eggs somewhere, but unfortunately I don't think there is one. Once again. Oh well. There's a string. Watch out, chicken. Watch out. Alright. What are you doing, Cookie? What you doing? Baby's hiding. There she is. Big rooster protecting the hen from that mixed rooster there. Duck going after a piece of chicken. That for a ducky. But hopefully here soon we will not see any more of this white stuff. And if anything, it's just going to be straw, which I got to put some more out, which we'll get to. But that takes time, and I want a little bit more snow to melt, so I can just come and just douse this in the rest of the straw I have. I probably have, I think, about 4 bales left, so we'll use that and we'll go from there. But anyways, what is this down here? Is that ice? Yeah, it's ice. Big block of ice. Hopefully that melts. So ready to not have any more, have to worry about ice. I can use the hose again, and we can get back to living, or back to normal laying, warmth, and everything like that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go feed these animals, give them a little bit extra feed, and get back in and start with just get nightly stuff done. I just missed the baby jumping. I really wish these would have their babies. I know Oreo should be laying soon. She is looking big. Her sack is full. She should be having a baby anytime. I really feel like this is going to fall. Maybe that'll be hopefully maybe tomorrow project. See the baby will hop. I guess Socks didn't want Daisy around. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you haven't, please go like this video, subscribe to the channel, invite your friends over, share the video if you want. Let's up the numbers. I just noticed I just got gained 2 more subscribers, so thank you to those 2 that just came over and subscribed to the channel off of probably my short that I did. And I'm trying to post more often now that I have a little bit extra more time. Hopefully here soon we'll do more projects. I just have to figure out some more stuff. Like for example, I would have to like get the snow away from this area so I can build. For that, I'd have to clear a section for snow over there and clear away all this stuff here so I can do the projects. But that is very future plans. I just need to get this stuff melted or just out of the way so I can get it moved and get to going on these projects. So anyways guys, thank you for watching again. If you haven't, please go like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. While editing, I noticed I didn't talk or show the feeders that I have got in the past, and so I just ran out here real quick. Plus I had to go put up down there, that door was open again, so I went and propped that, took a 2x4 down there just to prop it open or prop it closed so it stopped falling. But anyways, I forgot to show some of the feeders and waters I've gotten over the last few years that I just don't use anymore because they crack and I just don't really care for them as much. I mean, I could still use them in like brooders or something like that, but for me and what I have, it's not useful. So I mean, this one's still useful. This one will be perfect for the inside closure. I can put that one in there for food and water. Yeah, there's some twine in there, and it does decently well. But this one, but once again, it's plastic. These break off, and they're all right. Would I get that one again? Maybe. This one comes with a blue lid, and it's a hanging one. This one is all right too. I haven't had any problems with that. These waters, they're okay. I'm not the biggest fan of them. They're small. They would be perfect for brooders. Keep them inside, but that's about it. This one water, I don't care for it really at all. You have to have it perfectly level or it will spill. This lid, it twists off. You have to twist it and fill it, and then twist back, and there's like a little button in there that will let the water out. I'm not the biggest fan of it and whatnot, but yeah. Then come down, this is our lid to one of the feeders or something. I don't know where it is. But all you need is buckets like this. These do wonders. You can put food, water. This would be a feed bucket for me or whatever. And then something like this would be perfect. You can put food, definitely water, especially if you have like goats. it'd be perfect for them, or even ducks, they can get into them and whatnot. That'd be perfect. I have another feeder in there because, well, I don't know why it's in there. It just got put in there. I have a couple more, and this snow is actually starting to lay. I am actually getting really irritated by it because it wasn't flaring at all. Oh, like this one. This I don't recommend. You can see it cracked. It's alright. It's a top loader. You unscrew this. There's a cap that will go right there, and that lets in and out of the water. It's alright. Hard to it is hard to clean. I don't really recommend that stuff. And right here's another one that I had. This is where the lid, the bucket or lid that I showed you. This one right here, I'm gonna bring it over here so you can see it better. This one, easy to clean, not too hateful of a style. It is also a hanging one. It hasn't cracked. I mean, it has because of like the lid here, but it's not a hateful style. But for me, if I had to do it all again, I'd just go get the tubs, the rubber tubs, or even the hard plastic ones. The rubber would be perfect. Just you can get them from your local hardware store or where you get your feed at, and just use them. They'll a lot easier to clean, they last longer, and you don't have to worry about going every couple years or every year and getting a new feeder and water. So anyways, guys, as I said, I just seen that, I never talked about them. So there that is, and I hope you enjoyed a little segment of what I think of what I would redo if I ever had to start over or just start getting supplies.